Joining us right now on the Harbor One Hotline, the host of You Better, You Bet, and Audacy Sports Betting Insider, Nick Kostos. Insider calls are presented by BetMGM. Check out all of the latest lines today on the BetMGM app, and make sure you're listening to the You Better, You Bet podcast for more of Nick's analysis. All you have to do is search You Bet wherever you find your podcast. Good morning, Nick.
What's going on, guys? Great to be back on with you here. And by the way, Greg, no shame in picking the Patriots because you're friends with Robert Kraft. If I were friends with Robert Kraft, I'd pick the Patriots every week, too. I think that's cool.
It's really not. We're not really friends. We're acquaintances. And I just tell me.
Well, maybe if you pick them, maybe you could be his friend. And I'd want to be friends with a billionaire. So how about this? I'll pick the Patriots this week. If you're listening, Mr. Kraft.
Okay. Are you serious?
No. I like the Dolphins.
Oh. I mean.
You almost killed Shy right now.
You know? All right.
I like the Dolphins quite a bit, actually.
And now, Nick, I gotta ask because I think these two games are perfect. I had picked the Browns versus the Steelers, and I like the Ravens over Cincinnati. Where do you stand on those games? Because nobody wanted to touch those games, and if those picks do happen like I expect them to do, I'm gonna be sending text message to the rest of these guys that you guys are morons and you should have listened to me.
Yeah, I love it because whenever you're in a small sample size, everybody else is a moron. I tend to agree with that. I'd go with Cincinnati here. I disagree with you on Baltimore.
Okay.
Ravens have major issues, man. A couple starting offensive linemen down, including left tackle Ronnie Stanley. Their best cover corner, Marlon Humphrey. Their best cover safety, Marcus Williams, both out. I mean, this is like the get-right spot for Joe Burrow if there ever was one. And, the Ravens offense with the new offensive coordinator, Todd Monken, off to a slow start last week running this air raid. J.K. Dobbins is out now, so it's like the poo-poo platter, emphasis on poo-poo with Justice Hill and Gus Edwards. I don't really love that. So I think this is like big time get-right spot for Burrow. I'd lay 3 with Cincinnati and feel really good about it. On Monday night, I think I like the Steelers a little bit, but they're dealing with a lot of injuries right now. I would probably tease Pittsburgh up and try to find a team to tease the Steelers with. I think the problem with the Browns, and the defense played great last week, Wiggy, is that Deshaun Watson still doesn't look good. Like, Watson did not play great in that game. It's just that Joe Burrow can hit the broadside of a barn, really rusty coming off the calf injury. So, I mean, if Watson plays really well, like, Cleveland should win this game going away, but if Watson was what he was in week 1 and what he was last year, I could see the Steelers pulling out the upset. But I feel better about Cincinnati than I do about Pittsburgh.
I'll add another moron to the group.
Oh. So Kostos,
I'm more than comfortable with that.
Kostos, I'm going to throw a couple totals at you because I feel like these lines are a bit overreactionary. The first one, Chargers at Titans. It's currently 45.5. What I'm seeing, this is a complete overreaction to how good the Chargers were against the Dolphins last week. But the Titans' defense is actually pretty good. If anybody who watched that Saints game saw it was just an absolute slugfest, and Tannehill can't play at all. So I don't even see Tennessee scoring, and they're not going to give up a lot of points. This feels way too high. I'm totally on the under here at 45.5.
I don't think I'll play the over, but I do disagree with one of your assessments. The Titans Saints game actually set the record. This is actually serious, and I know because I bet the over, and it was really terrible. Set the record for most field goals ever kicked in a game in week 1. So that actually happened last week. So, and also the Titans had like a 95-yard fumble return that was blown dead by brain dead official Ron Torbert. Let it play out, Ron. Don't blow the whistle. Kind of screwed us there, but Tennessee did manage to cover the spread. So that was 7 points taken off the board. I think it's like assumption of rational coaching. The Titans have a great run defense, but an awful secondary. And I think the Chargers should come out throwing the football with Kellen Moore here. And if they do that, even without Austin Eckler, the Chargers should roll up a big number. And then if Ryan Tannehill's forced to throw, I don't really know if Tannehill can get this over. Maybe I'm with you here on the under. My preferred bet would be the Chargers in this game. DeAndre Hopkins has some practice the last couple days for Tennessee.
Well, that's one of our pick 6 against the afternoon show, so we're happy to hear that. Let's go to the that Packers-Falcons game. We took, as a show, we have Packers plus 1.5. I love the over 40.5 in this game. I feel like, again, another overreactionary line to how bad Desmond Ridder is. But I actually think both of these offenses are good, even though Desmond Ridder is bad. It sounds weird, but that's what I believe. So I love the over 40.5 here.
I think if I had to bet it, I would bet the over here. As far as the side of the game goes, if Green Bay were fully healthy, I would like the Packers. I think Jordan Love's definitely better than Desmond Ridder. Jordan Love looked great last week against the Chicago Bears. Maybe that was more about the Bears than it was the Packers. But again, it's like same story as last week. Christian Watson not practicing for Green Bay. And I understand they put up a big number on Chicago last week. The Bears might have the number 1 overall pick in the draft again. So a bit of a different story going on the road to Atlanta now. And also for Green Bay, Aaron Jones hasn't practiced the last 2 days. And if this is the A.J. Dillon show show at running back. I mean, I might be faster than A.J. Dillon.
Hey.
I'm not, but he's really... I'm slow, man. This dude looks like he's running in molasses. He's brutal. I don't even understand how he's like the number 2 running back on this team. He sucks. So for me, I lean towards Atlanta because I think Green Bay will be without its 2 lead offensive players in Aaron Jones and Christian Watson.
Quick detour for a moment, Nick, because you're a newlywed.
Yeah, I was saying we're doing too much sports here, Greg.
You can settle a little debate. Do you and the missus ever go leaf peeping?
I don't know what that is.
Told you.
Go and drive and look at the foliage, like in Vermont or New Hampshire?
Well, I live in New York, so no, I don't go to New Hampshire to
You
look at
go
the leaves.
upstate New York.
Vermont is pretty close to New York.
But
What about
unfortunately,
what about apple picking?
I would do these things if I did not, where it was like chained to my office from September to February. So unfortunately, like those avenues of pleasures have been closed to me. But yeah, I think I probably would do those things if
Okay.
if this were my off season, I would.
Thank you.
But she wouldn't do it because didn't you say she's from Staten Island?
Yeah, but she loves all that. It's like I like the fall also. It's just
get
that
out
like
of here. We're not going to leave people
No, she
upstate
probably.
New York.
I'm sure Mrs. Kostos
Nah.
loves all the same basic things that Courtney loves.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Like,
think so.
yeah, I would assume she
I
does.
think that's a major compliment to Courtney.
Yeah,
I
It's-
agree.
yeah.
No, I am a basic bitch, and I own that. And I after
Wait, what's
looking
wrong
at your
with that?
wedding photos, I have similar style to your lovely wife.
Oh, is it
Thank
Coastal
you.
Grandma?
Yeah, I think should we share like a coastal grandma classic?
I gotta be honest. Can I interrupt here?
Yeah.
Like you are a big time hater, Greg. And there's
no.
nothing wrong with that, but you are, man. Big time.
No,
Coastal,
Mickey's
like
the hater.
Courtney's beautiful. Coastal grandma. Like, what are you talking
Well,
about?
that's
No
her
thank you.
style.
That's her
That's not
style.
a hater. That's what she. That's her
what she
style.
said. Yeah, she says she
She
wears
goes Coastal Grandma.
Wiggy
I
hates
don't
it,
even know
but-
what that is.
It's like the Jackie Onassis look.
Okay. Okay. I think
Yeah.
that's a timeless classic, right? I think you
Agreed.
like that.
Thank you, Nick. Thank
That
you,
is
Nick.
correct. That
Yep.
is correct. And she embraces. I mean, I'm sure the missus likes a good pumpkin spice latte every once in a while.
I don't know if she's really like pumpkin spice latte, but definitely big with the apple picking with the fall
Really?
activities.
Well,
But like,
wait,
but you know,
wait,
like, but you do it like we do for a living. Like, we can't do stuff like that because we're working all the time during football season. Which sucks because I do like the fall.
Does she also work in sports?
No,
Oh,
I went to school with a kid.
thank God.
Does she work?
Yes.
Oh, she
Nick,
he said we're both working during football
Yeah.
season, so
I know.
Well,
Yeah.
I was saying like we, meaning like the royal we, like us, like me and you guys, people that do what we do for a living are working all the time during
yes.
football.
I
Well,
just
why are you making the missus work? I mean, can't you deliver on the paycheck?
Yeah, we trying, man.
I just don't.
They are sending them out to Vegas all the time.
Nick, I'm just like I went to school with a kid who was from Staten Island, and so when you tell me that she's from Staten Island and she's Italian, I'm like, there's no way she's going apple picking. I envision like get the hell out of here. We're not going apple picking.
Now there are many people that I associate with that would definitely fall under that umbrella. My wife, fortunately, does not. Now, she is Staten Island in some ways, but not in those ways, thankfully.
All right. Well, anything else? You got any other further shore locks for us this weekend?
Well, no, I don't have any locks, but I could try to give you some winners here.
I think the biggest thing we asked about, Greg, is Jets Dallas. Right? And that's what we all want to know.
Yeah, I'll be contrarian here. Shime, who do you like in this game?
I like the Cowboys. I'm going to lay the points. I think the Cowboys might be one of the best teams in football. Might be like top 2.
We'll go head to head here. I'll take the Jets plus the points.
Okay.
And look, I'm always honest, right? I think I'll win this bet, but there's a possibility that the Cowboys #doomsday the Giants like they did the Jets like they did the Giants last week. They could win this game 40-0. Just that it's a lot of points. And we remember last year, week 2, the Cowboys hosted the Cincinnati Bengals with Cooper Rush as the quarterback. Dak had gotten hurt in the season opener against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, and Dallas won that game as a touchdown underdog at home. So I understand it's like a bit of a script flip here with the Jets now with their backup quarterback playing this game on the road. The Jets really do have an excellent defense. And all you need is one Dak Prescott turnover, and the Jets can easily cover this number. Now, it can definitely go awry. Dallas could steamroll them. That could happen. But I think 9's a lot of points. I'll take the points with the Jets. I also like the under in this game. It's 38.5. I actually think it should be 36.5. Think about how scoring works in the NFL. I think it should be below 37, the total. So Jets and the under coming up on Sunday.
You mentioned the Giants. I believe, if memory serves, you are a Giants fan, correct?
That's right.
At your heart of hearts.
Yeah, Super Bowls 42 and 46, 2 of my favorite days.
Yeah,
How dare you.
Thank you. How are
Oh,
you
Mr.
coping?
Kraft didn't hear that.
How are you coping after that Sunday night debacle? And B, will the New York Giants bounce back this week against the Cardinals?
Yeah, I basically, like, at age 40, been doing this for a long time, have no soul anymore. So the Giants lost and I lost 0 seconds of sleep. Don't care at all. As far as the game is concerned, Arizona got bet yesterday. Now, it's not like a huge move, 5.5 to 4. Like, 5 is a dead number, meaning that mathematically 5 is extremely unlikely to land to be the closing number of a game. So 5.5 to 4, not huge, but it is interest in Arizona and away from the key number of 6. So I think bettors are not interested in the Giants to win this game by a significant margin. I do think the Giants will win the game. I would not bet it, though. Maybe like Giants in a money line parlay. I do think they'll win it. If they don't, like Patriots fans will like to hear this if you hate the Giants. Giants to win this game, season absolutely over. Not just because you will have just lost to a team that is trying to lose, but then you'll have the San Francisco 49ers on deck on the road Thursday Night Football in Week 3.
Nick, as always, a pure pleasure having you on. We will talk to you again next week. Thank you so much.
Greg Hill hater, man. That
I'm
should
not,
be Greg,
Nick.
should be the Greg hater
I'm
show.
not. I am not. I am a lover.
Courtney, do you think, is Greg a hater, yes or no?
Sometimes he can be. When it comes to the topic that we discussed today, it is Wiggy who has the hate all the way. Greg is
thank
in a
you.
new relationship and
congrats, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
seeing
Thank you,
the
Nick.
world through rose-colored glasses.
Yeah.
So he is a basic bitch himself.
I feel like, Greg, you have to come on You Better You Bet, and I want to, like, grill you the way that you grill me
Yeah,
about
you
your new
can.
relationship.
I'd be happy to do that. I mean, it's oftentimes it happens when you least expect it.
I absolutely love it. Hey, congratulations, man. Wishing everybody minimal sweats, winning bets, the absolute very best of luck. Have a good one this weekend.
Nailed it.
I just keep it a buck, Nick. That's it.
That's it.